guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So, Nicki ain't playing fair. She's getting called out for throwing shots, at D0JA, at Koi Fish, and several other rappers. She's also being called out for taking Doja Cat's formula, okay? So, we got a lot to discuss. So the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj, previews some music. Take a listen.
I don't know if I should,
Picture that, picture me giving bitches slack. Picture pretending I get all these bitches piggyback. Picture using me in the bars and never giving back.
Okay, so she said, picture me giving B-word slack. Picture me not being their piggybacks, okay? And then she said, picture them not using me in the barbs and never giving back. So that applies to a few different people. D0JA the demon, unfortunately, you got to come to the front of the congregation. Definitely has used the barbs. The barbs were so delusional to see it, but I see right through D0JA the demon, the bald head scallywag with daddy issues. She don't fool me how she fool y'all, okay? Unfortunately, I think this is also a shot at Koi Fish. I mean, she definitely had the barbs fooled. Got the tattoo and everything. Was praising Nicki in every interview. But now she's throwing shots. Not only that, though, unfortunately, the thotties, this could apply to Megan Thee Stallion, the biggest social climber, the biggest user in the industry. I'm sorry. And, people were talking about Megan and Nicki, working things out. And what struck out to me, she said, picture me giving B-word slack. I feel like that was a shot at Megan. Like, picture me making up with this hoe and giving her slack. You know what I'm saying? When she was using me in the barbs. Okay? I feel like Nicki was like making it known, like, picture me doing that. After she told me that I need to give up a child. Let's be very clear, which Nicki revealed on Queen Radio. So I do feel like, Megan, unfortunately, she got to come down to the congregation and maybe publicly apologize to Nicki Minaj. And so Nicki won't be sending shots on Pink Friday too. I think that, some of the duds should apologize publicly so that Nicki can spare them, on Pink Friday too. I think that would be a smart idea. But there's a lot of girls that use Nicki. Mr. Brown attempted to use Nicki. So did Scratch Off. She attempted to use Nicki. Didn't really work. So there's a lot of them. Too many to name, to be quite honest. Speaking of Nicki, fans are saying that Nicki is taking Doja Cat's formula. Okay, that's what they're saying on social media after she previewed her snippet of her singing. Fans are saying that she's going back to singing because of Doja Cat. She saw how successful Doja Cat was singing and rapping, and now she is trying to go back to the Doja Cat formula. So let me know how you guys feel about that, because that's what the internet is saying. I think people forget that Nicki did Super Bass and, Starships and The Night Is Still Young, because she hasn't done a song like that in a while, okay? There was a time, especially after the Nicki hate train, where Nicki wasn't really doing heavy pop songs like that, okay? Because when she did pop, she would get slack for it. People would not appreciate her pop records. They would be successful on the charts. But hip hop and black people would talk bad about her pop records and say they didn't like it. But Run and Hide on the Queen album is one of my favorite songs. Okay? I love Run and Hide. I love Dark Side on the Moon. I appreciate Nicki Minaj singing. I think she's actually a very good singer. Okay? I feel like, honestly, she should be able to do both. But, Doja Cat, she filled in that spot when Nicki wasn't doing singing like that. But in all actuality, D0JA took the Nicki Minaj formula, not the other way around. Okay? People forget that Doja Cat copied Nicki Minaj. Okay, Hot Pink, the pink print, Pink Friday, that's where she got it from. Okay, Scarlett, her new alter ego, is basically a broke down version of Red Ruby the Sleaze and Roman. That's all it is. Okay, she don't even be sending hardcore shots like that. I don't even think she needs an alter ego. To me, you don't need an alter ego to worship the devil. Okay, you can just do that with your regular name. D0JA Badu, D0JA, the bald head scallywag. It don't matter. You can just do that. You don't need an alter ego to worship, the devil, in my opinion. With that being said, do you believe that, Nicki stole Doja Cat's formula? Now, moving on to Cardi B. Fans feel like Ebro from Hot 97 snubbed Cardi B because he put out a list of the 50 best rap songs, okay, for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. He, said that If I Rule the World, featuring, Lauryn Hill, was one of the best songs in hip-hop, and I agree with that. He also named Lil' Kim's Big Mama Thang, Queen Latifah, Unity, Moment for Life by Nicki Minaj, and Ante Up, featuring Remy Ma, was one of the best songs in hip-hop, but fans feel like Cardi B's Bodak Yellow should have been on the list because it went diamond, okay? Bodak Yellow was one of Cardi B's diamond records, and so they feel like, it should have been on the list for the 50 best songs in hip-hop, okay? So let me know how you guys feel about that. I mean, Bodak Yellow is not a bad song, but here's the thing. I don't know if they can compare to the Queen Latifahs and the Lil' Kims and the Remy Ma's and the Nicki's where we're talking about classic songs. So that's the difference. I feel like Cardi B, she's not really a legend in the game yet. See, the people that were named were icons and legends. Even Remy Ma, she's not necessarily like a legend to me or an icon, but she's still well respected in the industry. See, people only pretend to respect Cardi B, but they really don't. Okay, because when she don't write, no shade. And on top of that, people intuitively feel, they're never going to fully admit it, but they do feel like her career was bought, that it wasn't organic. But people are never going to fully admit that. So that's why it probably wasn't on the list. Now, moving on to Scratch Off, she is being called out for copying Sëxïrėdd. People are saying that she has moved on from stealing Ice Spice emotes, and now she is stealing Sëxïrėdd's emotes. Fans are calling out Scratch Off for doing similar hand gestures as Sëxïrėdd when she's performing, basically copying her personality, just like she did with Ice Spice. To me, this is not really shocking because that's what Scratch Off does with everybody. She copies Cardi B. She copies Doja Cat. She copies Nicki. Remember, she was trying to act like Roman in that J-Rock feature. She copies everybody. There's nothing original about Scratch Off. She don't even got an original man. She always go after men that are in relationships, okay? i.e. 21 Average and DeVito, okay? She's not an original human. She always gets people's leftovers, okay? And so with Scratch Off, you got to keep her at a distance. She's like a very single white female stalker, Fatal Attraction, Lifetime, Dateline. That's what she gives. She gives creepy. So you got to keep Scratch Off at a distance. That's why her only friend is probably her sister. No shade. So Queen B is catching some flack for shouting out Lizzo at one of her recent concerts while, Lizzo is going through this big lawsuit with her dancers for sexual harassment, being body shamed by Lizzo, and doing several other things like forcing them to go to sex shows. Okay? Now, here is what Queen B did at her most recent concert that has everybody pissed off. Okay. And like I said on my podcast yesterday, I feel like Queen B be picking and choosing because people that have a similar past as to Lizzo couldn't even be part of the Renaissance tour, nor could they be on the Renaissance album. She did Me Too checks. That was public information. And then you choose to shout out Lizzo, but you don't shout out Nicki Minaj ever when she was going through the hate train. And then people were saying, oh, she posted Nicki's mugshot like that was a compliment. Why would anybody want their mugshot posted? Let's use common sense for one day, okay? Her and Camel Face did that on the Run tour to make Camel Face feel better for his criminal activities, okay? Because Camel Face stabbed somebody, and then on top of that, you know, he used to sell crack. So he was trying to make himself feel better about his criminal history, and he posted everybody's mugshots, not just Nicki Minaj's. Let's be very clear. He posted Justin Bieber's, all the celebrities that have committed crimes in the past. Queen B and Camel Face posted their mugshots because the theme was being on the run, clearly. Okay, so let's use common sense, people. Okay? Now, moving on to JT. She is doing a song with Stunna Girl. She's going to be on the remix to Like That. I believe there's already a remix with French Montana, but JT is going to be on another remix. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Will you guys be supporting? Okay? Now, I think JT is doing a phenomenal job with kind of being on her own and rebranding and doing the rapping thing without Carisha. I don't think she needs Carisha. Carisha is the least talented one in the group. She can go be part of the untalented crew. And JT is really showing that she can stand on her own. I didn't like the Kali Uchis remix. I thought that was trash, but I might like this one. Anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.